Mm. I'll be back. Trust me. Hello, guys. Oh, you classmate. YouTube is a bit slower, so please try what you call this. Try replying on WhatsApp because your YouTube is a bit slow, I think. Or am I on time? Clients, hello. I'm trying to do this because of I give it a lot away for free, so hey, it's too much. It's my time. I get tired, as you can see. I'm already tired. I slept today around about 7. Yeah. I've been sleeping the whole day. I made around about 17,000, I think. So money never sleeps, guys. Okay, we may begin. So I want you to type now. You can type here, whatever is faster. I don't know. Can you please, somebody, can you please send something? Let's see how this works. It's been raining. Hello. Hello, hello. Right. I know the picture quality is a mess. That's what I know about YouTube, but it's fine. Can anyone type something? Can anybody type something? Don't know if you're watching or I'm talking alone. I see there's like people here, but I don't know if you can see me, if I'm on time or not. Can we please? Okay, see, okay. Is in the building. Okay. Away, cash out, sending this away. Yeah. Thank you for that cash out. This thing is a bit slow. YouTube is a bit slow. Bit slow. We're having pattern reading and execution. Some of you already had it. Some of you is the first time having it. Let me send this. Uh, okay. Some of you already had it. So, yeah. Okay, should said that. Some of you already had the class. So some haven't. So this was actually for people that didn't have that class. You understand? People that didn't have the class will have this class right now. So this class will not be repeated or anything. Hello, Yusuf. Coach, we are here. All right, it's 20:59, so a bit on time. Okay, 1 minute 30 something seconds today, but it's all right. I want you to tell me what your problem is with Aviator. Hopefully, you can do this a bit faster so I can be done with you in like an hour so I can begin with predictor strategies. Uh, what is your problem with Aviator? What do you see that you do wrong or feel as if something happens when you're playing? What do you feel? Can you tell me about it? Maybe I can give you a solution on that. If there's nobody failing at Aviator, then let's stop the lessons because you're good already. You understand? You can go straight to predictive strategies where you can just we can share a few strategies with you to use, you know. Anyone? So should we go to predictive strategies? There's a bit slow. And my wife's like, you can't do this. You can't keep on doing three things. You get tired. What. And TikTok is a bit faster. Cash Out King does not understand the patterns. Please give clarity on patterns. All right, we're going to do that in our lesson. In pattern reading and execution. We're going to do that in the lesson. Anybody else? Anybody else? No one else. Okay, let's move on. I'm just going to go through a few things. I'm going to send also in your group. Just going to go through a few things. Everybody, upon arrival to our group, has received what we call the study guide. The study guide is something that we're sending now. Everybody received this, right? Right. I'm not going to even ask a question because this takes a bit longer. So I'm just going to talk. Hopefully, you can listen. Hopefully, you can ask a question on when I open for questions. Just going to open for around about 30 seconds for questions. You can simply send in the WhatsApp group so we can know what questions you're asking. All right. So listen to this. There's like five patterns, four, five. Let's just say four that I'm going to teach you. The fifth one is not that important. It has no difference. It plays similarly to all of them at the same time. It's a mix match pattern. So if you grasp the four patterns, you'll be able to know the fifth one because the fifth one can start as okay. Let me not say anything, but it can start as any of them, any of the fifth, any of the fourth. Do you understand what I'm saying? So somebody's typing now. I don't know what they're typing because we're already in the lesson. Yeah, we'll be opening up for questions soon. Somebody doesn't have data, it's not our problem. Aviator has data zone. You need to have data, you need to have Wi-Fi, you need to always be on. Also with our admin, she knows that because of where she lives, there's a bit of a network issue. So that's why she's not that active that much. She can be active during the day because when she goes to work and then she can have like Wi-Fi. All right, so listing those 4 to 5 patterns, I want you to tell me what pattern I'll be showing you in the picture that I'll be sending. Because if this thing was sent to you before you even did anything, before you even came into okay, you came into the group. After coming into the group, before your predictions, this thing was sent to you to study. You were told there'll be a class on Sunday for you to learn. You understand? So I'm gonna send you a picture. I want you to tell me what this picture is. Hopefully, you guys can be a bit more faster. Hopefully, you can be more faster. All right, let's look for a picture for you to send for the first argument. Okay. I had that's all the reason I was late. I had a burger quick. Yo. I was a bit hungry, but I was tired, so couldn't eat. Here we go. Okay. Discuss. Okay, the picture has been sent to. Hopefully, you can tell me what the picture relates. What pattern did you study that the picture relates? I'm giving you 30 seconds. If not, I'm moving on like nothing is happening. It's raining here, so maybe there's a bit of noise. Okay, cancelled it out. What is the name of the pattern that is sent to the group right now? If you're not in a group, you are only in predictor strategies. You were here by chance. But I have like 5 clients that are new, I think. Name me the pattern that is sent in the group. Somebody says happy hour. Sinatemba says happy hour. Sinatemba, you're very wrong. Apologies, but you are very wrong. You didn't read your manual. Because if you had read your manual, you'd know that this is not a happy hour. You'd 100% know that this is not a happy hour because of there's only one pink in the round history. How is it a happy hour? Because happy hour is basically mostly based on pink. So this hour is called the probably fair. Yusuf, where did you send it, coach? You're not in the group, Yusuf. You're in the classes only. You bought your class, is not the group. So if you need this, you need to apply the group. You said you didn't need the group, you just wanted classes. Anyway, this is probably fair. So let me just add you for now because we're having the lesson in the group. I'm going to add you and take you out. Yusuf, you are not in our group. This is a prediction group. All right, I'm going to add you after in the predictor strategies because of that was our agreement. This hour is probably fair. Make sure to screenshot as I'll be removing you from the group after this lesson. Yeah. This hour is concerning the picture sent above is probably fair system that plays fair to all deliveries of colors. This system plays 4 times in a day: 11 a.m., 1300, 1900, 2100. This system plays fair and allows clients to win if they follow pattern and lose if they do not know what they're doing. The system at 50 the system is at 50 percent, but the problem is the clustering of the pattern, making it seem as it is blue 1x at a dominant. This pattern plays 1x as dominant and is the only system that pink can surpass 10,000x. Out of 240, plus minus 240, out of plus minus 240 rounds, the cluster is profitable. So the only way to see what this actually is to count in the picture that we just sent. Is to count. So how many blues do you see? How many purples do you see? How many pinks do you see? So anything above 2x is a profitable zone. So that's how you count it. So the difference between blue and purple and pink, what is it? So the pink you add it to the purple because it's the same number. It's a profitable zone. So what you do is count 1, 2, 3, how many rounds there are, and then how many blues there are, and then how many purples and pink there are. So you'll find yourself at the very margin of 50-50. 50-50. So that's how you see why if an hour is profitable. This hour doesn't look like a good hour that we sent. Doesn't look like a good hour. But if you look at it the way we are explaining it, you'll be able to see that it's a good hour. Both bets out at 2x66. That's the another strategy that we play. Message retracted, McBride Musengi. All right. Sorry to bother you, coach. Oh, guys, come on. I'm not your father. I sent this like 10 minutes ago. You can simply scroll back and get the link. But you want me to get out of the group and send it to you? Oh, you're playing with my mind. All right, sent it anyway. Moving on. Moving on. Are there any questions? If there's any questions, please send in the group. I'll give you 30 seconds. Are there any questions? Don't see anything here. Right, restricted to 906. All right, don't see anything. Okay, can't seem to take it back. I do not know why. Okay, somebody's typing. Let's rather wait for them. Sometimes, guys, man, you can't ask stupid questions. You know, you can't ask stupid questions. You can't ask a question that you can answer by reading for yourself and want me to explain it to you when you know it's a question you can find in your notes or something. Somebody just said how to anticipate it. We just told you when it will play. You don't need to anticipate anything. It's not like happy hour and the signals, the signs or what. It's not this special. We told you it plays every day in this hour and that hour and that hour. Find it in your notes. Or do you want me to go back to your notes and tell you again? You can't do that. Let's move on. I have another class. Let's move on. Sending you another photo here. I want you to tell me what pattern that is. Yeah? I bet they look more or less the same. Let me check if I'm going for that pattern first. More or less look the same. Not really, but more or less look the same. Let's see. Where's that pattern? Where is that pattern? Is it not this one? Okay. Let me rather not use this photo because I'm going to confuse you. All right, here's a good photo explaining what I want to explain. Okay. Please explain or tell me what that pattern is. What is that pattern? Name that pattern for us, please. Then somebody says happy hour. I wouldn't know. Please name the pattern so we can move on. Recovery mode. Yes, thank you, sir. Recovery mode pattern it is. So I'm going to read what recovery mode basically entails. The system recovery pattern plays usually after a happy hour when there's been a huge win and withdrawal, when the system has been paying more than it should, when there's a large multiple build-up like a 10,000 for probably fair. This system starts at a 4-5-6 blue split. Don't worry about the split, you'll be told what it is after. Can play up to, okay, also on split. When seeing those long blue trains in the first 10 minutes, what we do when we identify this mission is that we abort the mission. The system is unplayable and unmanageable place less pink and less purples. So when you see this pattern, what do? You move away from it. I can play the pattern, but the strategy of that playing that pattern is expensive, especially for sell it at 2,500. It's a different strategy, and or you can win throughout. So the thing is, it's tiring. If you have the time, you can come out. Thank you, Yusuf. System recovery. Already answered that. You understand? So that photo tells you that this is systematic recovery. So when you walk into Aviator, when you start playing, you know what you do. When you start playing and then you see that, you move away from the game. You stop, you put your phone down, or you put your laptop down. Whatever device you'll be using, you put it down, you wait for the next hour. You understand? If the hour still continues the same, let it go. As long as you're able to identify it. The way to identify it, you see it playing more blues, meaning it can play a long blue line. Long blue line usually plays in happy hour and recovery. So if you can see that it hasn't been playing pink in a current, so in a closed partition, what you do, you know that this is a recovery. So you move away, step back. You will not win, trust me, unless you have that strategy. Anyway, moving on now. If there isn't any questions, I'll give you 30 seconds before I move on. So by 22 minutes there, I'll be moving on. If there isn't any questions, if there isn't any questions, yeah. If there isn't any questions. Okay, moving on. Moving on. Right. Know what that was. Explain the picture sent to you. Give us a proper identification towards that photo. McBride says happy hour. I agree with McBride. It's a happy hour. Why is it a happy hour? Let's read it for you. Let us read it for you why it is a happy hour. Happy hour is a system that grants punters a chance to make a profit. As according to the legislature of the South African Gambling Board, all games must be fair. Having a happy hour is a system where pink and purple are at a fair dominant, but also scattered very closely. This system starts this way: 3x above 340 by 01. But when you see the clock goes to 01, you know that if it goes above 340, you know that there's a possibility, a high possibility of it being a happy hour. 01 meaning any hour that starts at 01 with a number above 340 with a purple above 340. It can be 341, 345, 347, 370 something. Anything above 340, you know that there's a possibility, there's an indication to you saying it's a possibility for you to have a happy hour in that hour. So moving on to the indications. Pink, pink at 01 above 100x. So if 100x comes at 01, the first minute of each and every hour, if a pink comes above 100x at 01, it's also an indication showing you that pink will come. You understand? So not pink, happy hour will come. So also an indicator. Double pink at 01 also indicates another indicator are numbers that are sent here. You should be focusing on that a lot when you're a punter. Because for me, even in the middle of a happy or in the middle of a recovery, I use these indications to show me where I'm going. You understand? So if I see these indications, I can tell size. With these indications, I can tell the delivery of pink when it will deliver. Do you understand? So the indications are 1.22x, 1.44x, 2.22x, 4.44x, 7.77x by 01 of each hour. If that hits, it's also another indicator. So to find out that all indicators come at 03, you know that a delivery of 1000x will be coming. So what it does when it delivers this, there will be two pinks at 01. The first pink will be a 10x, the second pink will be something above 96x. So from 96x until I think 200 or 300x is the indication of in that hour coming 1000x. You need to focus on that too. That's why you must record your games. Yeah, right. Those are indicators. This system plays a series of pink, but in 18 out of 22 pinks played by this hour will depend on the sizes. So meaning, if 1000x can be dropped, or okay, let's not do the 1000x because I already told you the indicator. If in that happy hour there's more than 3 plus 100 x's pink, so you know that the number of your pinks will be a bit more less. So it can hoil instead of playing 18 or 22 pinks that are supposed to be in 1 hour, scattered very closely. What it'll do, it'll play 200x, and then there'll be like 20 rounds without pink, and then comes back with a 400 and something x, then 20 rounds no pink, and then comes back with a 197 or 190x, 40 rounds no pink, then comes back with a 1000x. So to find out, then the whole hour it only played more or less 10 to 8 pinks. 10 to 8 pinks. So, but originally or from the start, it's supposed to play like 18 to 22 pinks. So that's also a way to see how things will go. If pattern begins playing a multiple of over 10,000x, it will play less pinks. But if there's less than 1k, it will play more pinks. So meaning the same thing I was explaining. If the less multiple, the higher the number of pink. It can play below 20x times 22 times. That gives you a total of around about 200x. Yeah. Has no specific number it gains to. So if there isn't any questions by 28 minutes, we will be moving on. Any questions? You can ask away. Good thing about this is this live will be recorded, so you have access to it. But thing is, now I'm gonna monetize it. I'm gonna have a fee on that. So, but not so much, like 3 rand, or because these people like free things. Yeah. People like free things, and we work hard to understand what we understand now. Like the next class is not for free at all. I have 3 lessons that are free for somebody that comes into my group and says, I want to join the group, and then I offer them the 3 lessons of predictor strategies. Those 3 lessons it will give them only 3 strategies to play on. But for the person that comes in and buys the package of predictor strategies, will have more than 50 strategies to play from. So he'll be able to play in most hours. For example, he'll be able to play happy hour. He'll be able to play recovery. He'll be able to play stop and go. He'll be able to play a lot. Do you understand? Rather than just getting those free lessons. Those free lessons will open you to play probably fair, happy hour, not recovery, not stop and go, mixed match. You understand? But he'll be able to play different 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 different strategies to apply. I apply the strategy, it doesn't work. I come back, I sit down, I analyze. We'll be able to analyze the pattern analysis. That's what you guys don't have. You only have pattern reading. Yes, you understand? The thing is, pattern changes each and every second. So if you have only, I'm not saying you won't be able to have a win. You'll be able to have a 7 out of 10 ratio scale win, but he'll be able to have 9 point something with only predictive strategies. Once he goes to how to become a predictor, he will have a 92, 93% accuracy in size, 92, 95% accuracy in prediction, 92, 98% in strategy. But there's many ways to kill a cat. Like today, I can just teach you a few tricks, and then you can sustain yourself. But what I'm saying to you is that having access to those classes or that type of knowledge, you'll be able to do certain things by yourself that you'll be able to make petrol money in less than 2 minutes. Then let's just say you're going to work. It's a Monday morning. You have around about 300. You want to make 1,005 for full tank. you'll be able to make that money in less than 5 minutes. You understand? I'm not saying it's 100%. Look at the ratios. 92, 93. Hmm? Moving on, as there is no question. Okay, we did probably fail. We did happy hour. What is it? 2 happy hours. Okay. How do we gain access, or do we have to graduate first here? Access is payment, buddy. They do not come for free or anywhere as package of the group. Those ones are my special cup of teas. Those ones you can join without even. You see Yusuf here. There's a guy called Yusuf here. He's not in our group. Yusuf is a predictor strategy. What you call student. He's not in our group. So he's starting pattern reading and execution. Yeah. Those ones you buy. There I don't play. I thought, coach me, I have 799. I don't play there. There is not the playground. There is serious stuff, and it takes very long for me to actually focus on one client and instill a piece of this knowledge into him. So you understand? It takes a bit longer, so it's very charged. Predictor strategies goes on about 800, and then how to become a predictor goes for like 2.5. I suggest most clients do that because of unless you just wanna punt. You know, thing is we punt every day. So unless you come back month end, you can punt a bit and have an extra 5,000 rand in your salary. So that's also okay. But what does he work again? Alexander Forbes. I think it is Alexander Forbes. I think it's Alexander Forbes. Some big insurance company, the guy. But he's not here. He already had his lessons. There's another group, a fourth group. The guy works a 9 to 5, so he's like, coach, I'm not that greedy. I want to make 500 a day. You know, I get paid more than 40,000 at work, so it's not for me. I just need to make that so I can have like an extra 12,000. I want to buy a new car that I can be able to pay monthly. The car costs around about 12.9, I think he said, inclusive of insurance, taking it to 14 something. And I don't remember. So each and every month, me and the guy will make money for installment for him. Comes in, coach, today target reached. Just makes 500. He just doesn't just make 500, he makes around about 6, 7, so he can leave 150 for himself. And then coach target reached. And then out of 31 days, he can reach at 26, giving him more than 14,000 rand. I think 5,000, 10, 5,000, 5,000, please, okay, 10,000, 4,000, yeah, 14,000. You understand? So also you guys, and he had strategy classes. He's able to do it in his own. He doesn't come to me, coach, can play with 150 with me. The coach doesn't want to play 150. Coach is too busy for that. You understand? So you must think of that. Doesn't want to play anything less than 700. Because I know I'm very aggressive. You understand? The reason why I lose certain clients' accounts, by the way, you must go watch out disclaimer also. You have a disclaimer by catalogs, get into catalogs, watch out disclaimer. You're advised to do that firstly when you come into the group. Also, but anyway, I was telling you something else. The reason why I can lose a client's account, like I don't use usually, but sometimes I lose. I'm also human, I'm not a robot. Human error somewhere there. The reason why I lose it sometimes is because of I'm very aggressive. I don't. Your 700 to me is one bit. Anything less than that is one bit also. So when you come to the coach and say, coach, me, I have 10,000. Let's go. So coach has a few bits. He's able to manage. Coach, I have 5,000. Coach has a few bits. The coach, I have 500. Coach only has one bit. 300 and 200. If the timing is wrong, you cannot manage at 2x. You can't make a profit on that first bet. First bet, I go all in. Usual. Don't take my habits. I can afford it. All right. Moving on. Okay, we did probably fail, we did recover, we did happy. What is left is pattern stop and go. Let me try finding it here. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Oh, there we go. Thing is about pattern anti-systematic stop and go is a pattern that roughly plays usually on Sundays. Today it's currently playing today. It was. Let me check quick. Let me check quick if it's still playing. It was playing before I slept. Before around about 6. Let me check Hollywood. Hollywood plays a lot of stop and go. Yeah, give me a second. Just checking. Just a second. Just a second. Okay, it's playing a happy hour now. Let's see the delivery. Okay, it's playing stop and go, but with a happy. Okay. So if you can watch the current play, I don't know what's happening here. Anyway, you can watch for yourself. It's playing five. It's playing 5 pay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 losses. That's not a pattern. We are used to your 3, 6, 9, 4, 9, 14 different spacings. We are used to that. So here is playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pay 6 purple, two pinks. So he's splitting after he comes back. He splits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the system antimatic stop and go is a system that doesn't play with the current pattern you know. So the only way to identify it is it not being able to play the way you are taught. That's when you know it's a systematic pattern. Let's read what it is here. Sending it to the group. This system plays usually Sundays, month end. Do you know? You can know something in your head saying, I've seen this play so many times. I know after 3 blues, there'll be a purple that splits in between. This, if you don't know what a split is a changing of a color. If the color changes, it splits. It can change from blue to purple, purple to pink. It's a split. Do you understand me? So pattern stop and go plays usually on those times, knowing that they know you have money. They know you have money. Also, pattern stop and go includes a lot of your stage time outs. You can't bet. All of a sudden, you can bet, but all of a sudden, it plays a lot with your emotions. Knowing that you failed to bet the last round and it was a pink, and then you will rush to bet, and then it'll give you straight on X. So also pattern stop and go. It feels like it's being controlled, but it's not. It's a system. You understand? I can play this system. How to become a predictor student can play this system. Anti-systematic stop and go pattern. There's usually plus minus 40 games in an hour. In this hour, dominants are irregular. Dominants are irregular. It can be pink. You'll find a quadruple pink, 4 pinks, 1 line in this pattern. You understand? But dominants are irregular. Can play negative margins as well as positive margins. Can play positive, can play negative. It's one of the things that you can study it. But have you ever played? Have you ever played where you can come back gaining money, and all of a sudden you lose? Pattern stop and go plays against pattern. So there's no calculations. You can't calculate the size, but usually in this type of mode pattern, it plays above 30x. So it's safe for you to hold. Just the things we cannot tell exactly because there's no indicators. We can't tell exactly that it's going to get this place, it's going to get to 100, it's going to get to 200, it's going to get to 10,000. We can't tell exactly because there is no calculation. So I cannot be able to tell. So I cannot teach you what I don't know. I can't, this, I cannot tell you the size. Me. So there's no calculations. Usually predictors cannot predict. It's operated, it feels like it's operated manually. But in this hour, you can expect 100x, produces 400x, 500x, 900x, 1000x, 8000x, 16,000x, and 87,000x. So loss knowing nobody or a few can catch a high multiple. They can give you almost, let me tell you this. I'm going to discuss it later, but I'm going to tell you now because I want to explain what this game looks like. Have you seen a blue train only ends at 14? Nothing more, nothing less is a agreed method. If you see something like that, you screenshot, you take to the gambling board, they give you your money. Supposed to play 14 times 1x. So you know what they did? They found a way around it. They play 14 times 1x, and then they put a purple to split the card, and then they continue with the train. Have you seen that? I'm sure you have. If you're a punter like I am with Aviator, you've seen that. You understand? So it's a blue, 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 then split purple, then go continues blue, 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 blue. That pattern is unmanageable. That's your pattern, stop and go. Sundays are usually 100K Sundays in my group because of it's the only time we can make 100,000 rand to school without fighting, without if you had 20,000 now, would make 100,000. No, I'm growing. I'm around about 17,000. I'm going to continue later, playing later around about 1 a.m. So early mornings of Monday also are part of 100K Sundays. So I'm trying to take that 17 to. I'm not greedy though. I can end now, but I know Sundays are good for me. I can pay my bonds, all my property bonds in one Sunday. I can pay all of them in one Sunday. Because a Sunday is knowing how to play pattern stop and go. The benefits of it is playing only pink or below 9x. It's either you play pink, have balls, or play 9x and don't have balls. 9x, you're definitely sure for a 9x, but problem is if you hold the pink will be more than 30x. So I can hold 700 Rand until 20x, 300 Rand I can hold until 100x. So one bet gives me 14, the other bet gives me how much? 30. Good bet, ne? Good bet. So continuing also, I'm moving on to the next class, which is your execution class. I hope you understood. If there isn't any questions, I'd like to continue. Before I continue, let me go grab that thing I grab all the time to bring back my spirits. All right, so right now you can think of a question based on not application, but based on pattern reading. Because we've discussed the whole of pattern reading. It's not much, but it's what we know. And this is what works. This is what I give. The predictors you think are good, they come from my hands. This is what they were given. Although they have a higher ranking because they went to how to become a predictor, but they started here. They started understanding this. So whatever question you have in mind, type it, ask it, and then I'll be back. Let me take a 5-minute breather, and then we can move on to execution. After execution, by 10 o'clock, I need to be at predictor strategies. You also are included in predictor strategies, but only 3 classes. So I'm going to have those 3 classes. It will be difficult to have them on the same day, but I'll try. I'll try having them on the same day, or I can have one and have another maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. I have 2 Tuesday, Wednesday, then we'll be done. And then I can continue with the other class that's already 20 members, and Yusuf here, he needs to be added to that group. Thank you so much. 5-minute breather. Instead, everyone repeat. I haven't received any questions, meaning that you are currently sorted. Right, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Moving on, yeah? Okay. Also, before I move on, entering into execution, which is your next class, you see, the study guide we gave you is meant to assist you in every way that is possible. But in every situation, there's one of those that don't take their things very seriously. Especially with the guys. The girls I'm sorted with are the girls I'm proud of. Women, I'm proud of women under gambling. Women know what they're gambling for. Guys don't know what they're gambling for. Sorry, I have a stain here. I don't know if it's cigarettes or what. Women, women are more concentrating. That's why women did good at school, and then men lack a bit because of they think they're the shit, or they think they can maneuver around things, and you can't maneuver around anything. You need to apply information. It's like you being an IT specialist and then trying to apply your behavior into a program. But we don't need to apply your behavior. Your behavior doesn't work. The reason why we win Aviator is because we play by its rules. That's the only thing. Aviator is not a game of luck. Don't let them fool you and tell you that Aviator is lucky. I won 10,000 once. Just once. He was in at the happy hour. He was in at a profitable hour. And then out of behavior, he did something that worked for him. It doesn't usually happen, but it happens sometimes. Once. In a week, let's say in 10 days, I strive to make roughly 80K plus. If you can look at me, I'm not much. I am not much because I don't like things. I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I don't like things. If I'd like things, I'd show you things, but I do not like them because I was raised that way. You know, when you grow up, when you grow up in something, let me not rather not say because of, let me just say it anyway. You're my clients. I'm trying to teach you something. I was born in a different family than most. I appreciate that. Do you understand me? So my parents taught me how to work to let money work for me rather than working for money. I don't know if you understand. You catch me either way. I was taught that coin money, see coin money like your 1 rand, 2 rand, 5 rands. Coin money makes the loudest noise rather than paper money. If you can look at all my videos, I'm in a different property because I own them. I'd rather invest my money in property rather than buying myself a Ferrari right now. Okay, struggling to buy Porsche for the lady. She wants it. I'll never. You understand? The only car that is expensive that I drive is a car I got from my dad. I was taught differently. So I want you to think when you're applying yourself to this game, think as different as you might want to think. Don't be you in this game because of this game is not you. There's a lot of things we're doing. There's a lot of businesses that I'm doing, but you need to separate the pleasure from the business. So the reason why I'm telling you this is that you need to separate yourself and your mental state and your emotions from this game. This game is an anti-emotional game. You can't have emotions here. You can't. The minute you have emotions, you will lose straight. So there's a few clients that clients are lastar. They went to one of my wives. I have three now, three wives. They went to one of my wives. They're like, you saw that you're listed as admin, or you saw that you're listed as one of the company owners. The times are not correct. So my question to them in a conference call with them is, what are you playing? Saying, okay, I'm playing Hollywood. Okay, well, how do you play? When it's 01, I just play. How, when your study guide tells you that we play the first game and the third game in punting for pink. So a prediction, we are advised, it is important. We are advised to have a floating clock. You can get it in any app store. Just type floating clock. It comes in you. It gives you seconds. It gives you minutes. It gives you hours. That floating clock, you use it in this way. That's the only way you can use our predictions. Without the floating clock, you feel as if it came before or it came after. The pink came before or it came after. So our strategy that we gave you was management at 2x and second bet all the time. Nothing more, nothing less. People that have played with me or have seen me play, they know that the second bet is managed at 2x exactly. And the second bet is higher than the first one. The first one is the one that is chasing pink. The second one only cashes at 2x. To find out that we are playing what? 700 and 300. 700 and 300. If I cash out 700 at 2x exactly, and I know that the first game will give me a 2x definitely, then I make a profit. So 700 times 2 is what? 1004. Even if the first bet goes to pink or not, I already made my profit at 2x margin. How does prediction not work? How, how does it not work? When we've given you a suitable strategy to to beat that system, if the pin can be even just a second late, you already have a system or a strategy to beat it at its game. You already have the strategy. The 2x strategy with the second bet works wonderfully. So in chasing pink, 92% inaccuracy in the delivery of the suggested prediction I give you. 92% is 9 times out of 10, it is right. All sides, all South African sides. Only now I started separating because it's playing different patterns at different times. That's why you can see in your predictions, there's predictions for Hollywood, there's predictions for Bedway, there's predictions for Lotto Star. Only now, because of it changed this year, January, changed. Last year, it played one pattern every site. Even when Bedway was introduced around about, I think it was October, just before September, I think so. And Betway started licensing from Sprite, the Sprite game Aviator. When they licensed, when they came through, it was playing the same pattern as Lotto Star and what and what. Some days the pattern are the same. That's why you can find out that I sent one. But some days, because if you can look at me, even if you can look at my status updates or your predictions are in at around about 4 a.m. every day. No miss. Your predictions for the next 3 hours that you're going to play, I will be in by 4 a.m. depending on how I'm feeling. I want to sleep or what. 4, 3, 2 a.m. because of I need to study the next day. The next day starts at 0000. The next day will show me the pattern for the whole day. So I'm able to tell that this pattern is going to play this way throughout the whole day. That's why your predictions come in that early. So predictions are never, you can never miss predictions. If I tell you oh 07 now, it'll come at oh 07. The thing is, you need to have a floating clock to know that your first game is usually the last second of the previous minute. So if let's say I say O3, play O3 at O3 will deliver pink. What do you do? At O2, 59 seconds, 57 seconds, 53 seconds. That is the last game of that minute. Is the first game you're going to play. The third game will be directly on the minute O3, according to your floating clock. It will be telling you that the third game is going to play after such and such a second. You can't miss that. But because of you don't know to read, you'll feel as if maybe me coach didn't tell me, but you were sent things before you even entered the group. Hmm? Moving on. Let's move on so I can end, so we can start another. I'll see how I feel. People telling me I'm load shedding. Me, where am I there? Me, I don't have load shedding. I'm not there, but you'll get the information on YouTube. Yeah, we know that the load shedding is a problem, but there's nothing we can do, unfortunately. All right. Moving on. Execution is hold on. Let me do this. Okay. All right. Execution is delivery on what you have learned. Right now, you've learned that there's a happy hour, there's a recovery hour, there's probably fair, there's a pattern stop and go, there's a mixed match pattern. Now, how do you play these games? They have different patterns, but they play the same way. They play in difference. They play in split. They play in partition. A split and a partition is not the same thing. Might look the same, but it is not. A split is a change. A partition is a continuation. Only changes in continuation. It's a continuous change. That's partitioning for us and concerning the game we're talking about. So, if I need to explain one thing, for example, a single digit pattern or a 2-1-2. Single digit pattern is when it partitions in difference. Like, for example, it can play 3 blue, and then play a purple, another blue, another purple, another blue. That's partitioning. Splitting, on the other hand, you can play blue, can play purple, can play blue, can play purple, can play blue, out of the blue. That is not the same. So now you'll be taught splitting. Partitioning is in your next class, your strategies class. But let's move on to the partitioning. I'm going to send you something right here. Okay, it says execution has 4 different ways which it executes, 4 different patterns that play per execution. There's a single split execution, plays blue, purple, blue, purple. There's a double digit, plays 3 ways according to the side played on. Blue, 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 purple, purple, pink, pink in occasions. 2-1-2 plays purple, blue, purple, purple, blue, purple, purple, or blue, blue, purple, blue, blue. So there'll be one indifference between the two that comes. It's like a double digit pattern, but can split once. So let me show you a photo here. All right. Send you a photo here. Okay, single split. You see, you know what single split is. So I'll be sending double digits. There's your double digit. Sent. All right. You can read for yourself. I'm going to read it here, but you can see for yourself here. There's an outlining of a double blue there and a double pink there, showing that double pattern that it played. This is a mixed match pattern, as you can see. Played 3-3, played 2-2, played 1-1, single split pattern. So the double digit pattern is a pattern that plays twice, that pays twice and takes twice. So it will pay you twice and take from you twice. So the strategy to that is that when you know that it's split twice, to not pay, to take from you, you don't play it, and then the next 2 will be a pay. That's how you know. Plays pink occasion usually is a blue, blue, purple, purple. You understand? Plays pink occasionally, as I've shown you here. Pattern plays purple, purple, pink, pink, or purple, purple, blue, blue, pink, blue, or at the end, or purple at the end. That's where you are able to see a double pink. Usually, when you see a double pink, you know it's playing what? Double digit pattern. Strategy plays only three times, meaning how I've shown you. If it plays a three blue, we'll only play purple three times with the split of that blue. Three blue, purple, blue, purple, blue. Because it told you at the first, I told you first, I played three blue, so meaning I'm gonna split with three. That's how you know how to execute. So executing is basically playing at the right time. Oh, hold on. You can't have the study guide, buddy. It's for WhatsApp clients only. You cannot have the study guide. If you're from TikTok, you entered where there was a special there, or where there was not a special, you won't have the study guide. Study guide is my work. All right. So double blue from pattern meaning double purple. So when you enter and find the double blue, also if it's been playing blue blue and then it played purple purple and then you entered, you know that the next rounds will be two blue. So you do not enter, you retract back. You only enter where? By the next round after those two splits. You understand? If you understand, moving on. So raising the stakes, cashing out at 2x is a strategy, knowing when it will come. So if, for example, you've seen a play, uh, for example, you've seen play one blue blue and then it played one purple. So you can simply raise your stakes to 1,000 and cash out 2x and then another purple because you're 100% sure that there will be two purple. So the next one will be a purple. Just cash out 2x, both bets, 1,000 gives you what? 4,000. It's execution. All right. If you understand, we fine. If you don't, we have a problem. Uh, okay. Give me a second. All right. Okay. Okay, moving on. Because by now you understand what the double pattern is. So there is no fuss, no muss there. No fuss, no muss. So the next one is a triple pattern. As you can see, it already has a photo there where we can show you in between the three split. That's the one thing we were telling. That's the one thing we're telling you about. Sometimes it comes 3-1-1-1 or 3-3-3 or 3-1-3. So it's basically a numbers of three. So what you do is you retract yourself for three times. Let's see what it says. The triple pattern is a pattern that pays three times and takes three times, e.g. plays purple, 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 blue, 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 triple pattern. So after the three blue, you'll know that there'll be a three purple coming in. So what you do is you wait for the three blue to finish and then get in on the three purple with the higher stakes. So you just higher stakes for three times. You can your 1,000, 1,000, cash out 4,000, you're out. 2x exactly. And then you play another one for 2,000, 2,000, 1,000, 1,000, gives you 4,000 and cashed out. In three rounds, how much have you made? You made more than 6,000 rand in three rounds, but you wanna play 100 rand the whole day, and you want to make 50,000. Doesn't play like that. Nah, moving on to the quad. Quad means four, so okay. People asking stupid questions like, "I want to be in your class. I'm your fan," and then I'm a fan. All right, you need to pay. This is not for free. I'm not God. All right, moving on a lighter note. Okay, that is the quad pattern. As you can see, it took four times and paid four times, but can shift to five. And the minute it shifts to five, that is not actually a split, is a train. A train is where it splits more than five times, five to more than five. So that's how you see it. Can be a purple train, can be a blue train. We're going to discuss that after this. So a quad, which is the 4 split. This pattern shifts from 4 to 5. As long as we are able to secure 4 profits, we are safe if it plays 5. This is more of a recovery hour. This pattern is associated with string pattern. The string pattern, which is the train pattern. That is the string pattern. You understand? This is associated more with it. So if you see it splitting 4 times, you know it's gonna split either 1-1-1 or straight 4-4. So you watch it, you watch the first game. If it plays a purple and then it plays another purple, you know you have 2 left, and then you play the 2, and then what you do is that you wait for the blue to finish, and then you come back, play the 2. The most important rule in our study guide is do not play every round. That is the most important. Do not play every round. Play only suggested. That's why the predictions in the group are sent only 2 minutes per 10 minutes. So meaning you'll only play how many? You'll only play 4 games per 10 minutes. But per 10 minutes, there's how many rounds? You'll die young. So we're finding a way out of that whole situation. You understand? So moving on to blue train and string pattern and blue train. Eh? Give me a second. Let me find it there. Bots, okay. Right. I have it at hand. Okay, bots done. All right. Thing is, I can't ask questions here because there's no interaction. It's not like, you know. All right, the purple and the blue pattern string. All right. This is very tricky, but once you grab it, you can't ungrab it. Once you grab how string works, or how you call them what, blue trains, how string works, uh, string either stabilizes or destabilizes. Is like your boards. We're going to discuss this after this. So if ever, for example, the difference between the minute difference between the pink was a bit less, meaning it played under 3 minutes, because usually the difference between pink is around about 6 to 5, 6 to 7 minutes. You understand? So if the past 20 rounds there was like 3, 4 pinks or 3 pinks, we just say 3. If there was 3 picks, it played during a short interval, like a 1 minute difference. You can see a pink and then a blue and then another pink, or you can see a pink and then after 4 rounds another pink. You see that? So the system basically is telling you that I paid too much there. Let me try taking back my money. How does it take back the money? By string, by blue train, or you understand? So it's a destabilization of what you made the previous rounds. So saying he won 2,000 rand during that 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So I must hit him with something for him to at least give me 70% back. So how do you beat him when he does that to you? You know what he does? He hits you with a 10 times 1x. 1x, 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 1x. And you continue betting. You're continuing to bet because you're stupid. Continue to bet. 1x, 1x, 1x. And then all of a sudden, all your voucher is gone. Everything is gone all of a sudden. Then you ask yourself, what did I do there? But he was destabilizing. He was retracting, and then you continue feeding him. Feed, feed, feed. As long as you're not seeding, you're not allowed to get into 1x. But when you are seeding, when you are putting in seed, you can do it as you please. So playing 2 minutes out of 10, self-control, don't bet. 2 minutes out of 10. Playing the 2 minutes out of 10 is saving you out of that string pattern, out of that blue train. Saving you away from that. So this is not a game of you just winning. It's a game of you losing at tertiary level. The trick is to gain more and lose less. There's no way where it says you don't lose. Gain more, lose less. That's why your bets must change. You don't play You don't play using 60 rand and 40 rand the whole hour. No, you don't do that. You change. You transform. When you know that the bet will be 2x, you raise it 1,000. You get in, you get out. And then when you are not sure, you take it low, 60-40. So you gain 2,000, you're losing 100 rand. But we're not just because you're stupid. 60-40, 60-40, 60-40, obviously, blue account. You don't say that doesn't happen. I'm saying it happens a lot to you. Yeah. Okay. Blew an account when I think it was 3 days ago, and it was like a 700 rand, I think, or 500 rand account. One bet. But an account that is over 2K, I can't blow because I changed. There's another woman that gave me an account the other day, sent me like 2K. I paid her today. You know what I did when I entered? 500, 700 bet, 1,002, I was left with 800. The 800 was the risk management, so I took a risk. But I managed the risk with the 800, knowing that I can recover that 1.2 with that 800. Went in first game, I was sure that's going to give us a 3x. Went in, cashed out 700 at 2.46 or 2.4, I don't remember. Gave me around about 1.9, 2 point something, thinking. Or 1.9, I think 1.8. The 500 I let go until 3x is a 1.5. So I made roughly 4 something. 3,536 to be exact. One bet, single bet as I went in. So I already have around about 4.4 with one bet. 4.4. I started with 2 grand. So I have doubled my voucher, one bet. The trick is to know what you're doing. That's why we are executing. Anyway, let's move on to string again. Explaining string. Purple and blue trains. Blue trains minimum rounds per split is 1. Maximum rounds per split is 40. So that's 14 is when you see it plays blue, 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 blue. That's 14 rounds per split. Meaning the maximum rounds it can play is the minimum rounds it can play is 1x. The maximum rounds it can play is 1x blue, 14 times or nothing as agreed to by the gambling board. That's what I said earlier on. If you see blue playing more than that, what you do is you get inside of them, you play them. And you take a screenshot, you send to Hollywood, they'll send you money back. It's a trick I use sometimes when I just want to retract something. So if you're playing a 3 split in 14 rounds, in a 14 round, you will lose only 3 games following the split. So meaning we tell you to only play twice, the first game and the third game. So if you're playing 2 minutes, you're gonna lose roughly what in 14 rounds, you're gonna lose only 6 games. It's nothing. People lose almost 28 games because they play both bets. You'll lose only 6. Moving on. And staying away from every round. What every blue train splits? Splits 3 times, 4 times, 6 times, 10 times, 14 times. That's a split to the blue train. Only these numbers are allowed to call train from 3. Even though there's a minimum 1x split train. But with us, we see 3, 4, 6, 10, 14 as a maximum split. You can't play that. You understand? There will be a split at the end of it all, meaning it will be changing a color. Be ready for that. So if you're playing the 14 rounds, what you do is you wait for the 3 blue, play one game, and then you see it hasn't changed, and you play the 4th one and you play the 6th one. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Save game. Strategy: if pattern formation playing more than 6 blue per split, stop and wait for the next hour. So if it's doing this, if it's playing 6 blues and then splitting with a purple or pink and playing another 6 blue, the 6 is our bad number. It's like It's like how we do not play after a 4x. 4x is a bad number, can only play another 4x or can play 1x, can never bring a pink after the 4x. So you know that if it plays 4x, they stay back. So if you see it split 6 times, not 7, not 9, not 4, not 3, if you see it splitting 6 times, it will continue in that split. It is called a halt split. That halt split, it's like it freezes into playing 6 splits and splitting once with that purple and then continue playing the same thing for the whole round. So if you see a 6 split, what you do, you move on. It is associated also with the recovery. Hopefully I'm getting through you. Last one on the execution. Bots. It's not like I can ask you what bots are. They do not have communication with you. All right, so I'm going to send in here. Okay. Okay. Bots are a systematic program that can play for an individual, a group, or a company. Currently, we are working on a bot. This bot will be playing with my mind. Whatever I'm thinking, whatever reflexes I have to cash out, it's very expensive for me right now. I'm currently in deep roundabout with JavaScript around about 410,000. So I need to get back that 400 or more. So I'm not done yet. It's going to take me roughly 8 months. Started last year around about August. So I have a young kid from Harvard working on the JavaScript, working on the algorithms, you understand how the behavioral pattern of the system. So it'll be you going into Hollywood and saying, okay, I'm using this as a broker mirror or something. And then you go into it. You go into it first, you hide it, you go into Hollywood. So what it does is that it behaves for you. What you do, it does auto bet, auto cash out, auto bet. So you will see it change, auto bet, auto cash out. You won't be able to touch anything unless you close it, you stop it. You understand? So we're trying to do that. We are trying to. Hopefully, we'll be successful. But trust me, this I'll be selling it more than 10,000. Anyway, bots are a systematic program that can play for an individual, a group, or a company. There's 4 types of bots. There's a down peak systematic bot, plays above 5x, 10x, 20x. So these bots we're focusing on are not human created bots. Okay, let me not say human created bot, client created based bots. They are company bots saying, if have you ever noticed there's somebody that can cash out that can hold 5,000 Rand bet until the 90x. And then it really happens for you. If you go higher, it goes out. Let's say, for example, you're playing 500. Maybe 500 is a bit of a stretch for you. I don't know how you play. Maybe let's say 300. You're playing 300 and it was a high number for you. And immediately when you put it out, it gives you 1x. You see it is not enough. And then you are not that bot. So how to identify bots is you can see them by playing those numbers, 5,000, 10,000. I usually play 5,000 also sometimes, but doesn't mean I'm a bot. But the only way to see it also, again, is that they can include cents in it. They can say 5,099 cents, and it won't make sense to you watching it or seeing it. It's like, oh, what is this guy playing like this? 99 cents. Does he have a lot of cents or something? You understand? So usually it doesn't make sense. Usually plays roughly cents. These boards were designed to change the pattern if Aviator is paying more than what they can afford. These boards. You understand? So if Aviator can afford something and seeing people are cashing out, it goes out quick. Sends in the board 10,000 bets. And then if the bot continues betting 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, but the bot never cashes out. And the bot never runs out of money. 10,000, 10. You can see that if it was you can see that that is a blue trade. You can't go into a blue trade. The bots bring the blue trade. Each and every time, check this. Each and every time there's a blue train or a string, there's somebody playing more than 3,000. And it's not only one 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 5,000, 5,000, 10,000, 10,000. Every time you have string, you'll remember me. You will remember what I'm saying. Every time you play string, there's a bot. It engineers how the system will go. So if, for example, if there's been a happy hour and then the game feels that it cannot pay the next 50 rounds because of, according to the gambling board, it must be able to have money to pay the next 50 rounds. So where do they get the money? The only money they put in was the money they won first, the one they put in when they created this game or licensed this game to Hollywood, and Hollywood put in 10 million and say, I'm going to play with 10 million. Understand? Security man. But other than that, me and you are winning people's mind. We're winning each other's mind. If you lose, it comes to me. If I lose, it goes to him. Do you understand me? It's a long chain. So what do? Play safe. You watch. Lot. See. Oh, bot. Let me move back. If the bot is out, you go in. Understand? But thing is, there's different bots. So I'm only gonna list you two because of that's what you can afford. Right. It's basically cheating, but let me give you the bot names. Bot names are 2652, 32, 53, 57. So these are your negative margin bots. They bring a negative margin. I'm gonna give you another one soon, just now. Hold your horses, hold your horses, hold your horses. Right, there it is. Okay, right. The second bots are your neutralizer bots. These bots are created to neutralize. They're created to create harmony. If they can see that there's a halt, the halt that we were talking about before, the halt pattern. Hold pattern is basically a pattern that plays longer than it should. There's obviously system malfunctioning there. There's also cheating there. You understand? So to find out that it's been playing the same, but with 1x and purple. Like, have you seen after 60 rounds, still it's playing the same purple, pink, purple, blue, purple. Yeah, that's a hold pattern. So what they do when there's a hold pattern that has been playing for more than 20 minutes, they send in a neutralizer board. This board comes in, plays, feeds the system. Plays roughly 20,000, 40,000 per round, but it keeps on losing this board. 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, 40,000. It's when the system does not have money. It's only taking, because it doesn't have anything to give. So they send in these bots to at least put in the money in the system, money in the system, money in the system, money in the system, money in the system with these bots. You understand? Even if it's their money, but they put in the system just for the bots to neutralize. You understand? So these bots, okay, second bot neutralizers, these bots are allowed for pink, but it is there to cut them short also. Neutralizers also can cut pinks short, meaning you can play an hour without the pink jumping even 21x. So they're allowed to go for pink, but pink doesn't roughly go above 21x or 16x, depending. Honestly, or 21 even. I could go to this thing is engraved in my mind. Okay. They were designed to manipulate the size of pink also. That's what we're talking about. The bot names are 171453. Okay, recently added 71. Recently added that I've seen that I've been studying for more than a month now. 71 is also a neutralizer bot. I usually follow that bot. That bot is a nice bot. When it plays, I cash out 14x. I know it's a 14x bot. Usually can go to 19x also. So yeah, any questions? Any questions? We've been at this for an hour, 25 minutes. I'd like to reconvene maybe tomorrow or when. I'll send in a message early. We're also going to do it on YouTube because I'm trying to play far away from TikTok because of it's giving too much for free, guys. Like 100 clients taking this information, although it's on repeat, but they're taking this information, especially classes like predictor strategies. I will not like to do them online or on TikTok. Or at least here by YouTube, I can grab something from it. I can put in a clause saying, before you watch this, that, TikTok is a bit different. So If there isn't any question, guys, welcome to the Aviator God group. If you wanna fund your accounts, play with us. We have a third lesson. That third lesson, you are required to have 500 Rand in your account. It will teach you also entrance to partitioning before we go to predictor strategies with you guys. That's what I'm saying. Maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. This class is called partitioning. You need to have 500 in your account. If you can't afford it, we cannot assist you because you cannot pay anything less than that. We apologize. That's why our group is that much to indicate that you're able to afford the 500 Rand. So what will happen is that the coach will give you a call. We'll have a conference call with another client, or you'll be alone, whatever, depending on the schedule that you have booked for. You're gonna book a time from today. I think 11 o'clock. Tomorrow, I think 7 a.m., 9 a.m., 1300, 1500 closed, and then Wednesday, 11 a.m., 1300, 1500, 1700 closed. You need this class. This class will be me telling you go in, okay, go out, okay. Do you think what you did there was what you have learned from this? You understand? So it's a class where I'll give you actually practicals to put this that you've learned here into practice. And then yeah, it's a very good class. A lot of students that go through this class are currently doing wonders for themselves. So yeah, so if there isn't any question, I heard a message. I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe it's coming from your side. None so far. All right. You'll be given 2 days, which is Monday and Tuesday, to have these classes, and then half of Wednesday. By Wednesday, you need to have had all these classes. We can't come back another time and say, Coach, I'm ready to have my third class after these days that we are giving you. We can't give you. Like the people that are new and didn't attend this class will not get this class anyway. I won't put them in another group and so with another, because I usually have like the least members I can have in a class group Sunday in a week, maybe 4 registrations. You see, you guys are 8, so maybe there's 7 of you that registered this past week or 6. So you understand? So I usually go with that small number. That small number. I usually go with that small number. Then give them the lesson. So nobody will be put anywhere. At least this is recorded. It will be put on my YouTube, but at a fee also. I think it will be like $3. $3 around about 21 Rand, I think. So yeah, it was nice having you. You are given 2 days. If you can't do it, that's fine. Dagama, whatever we taught you here and whatever we're going to be teaching you at predictive strategies will be very good for you. You understand? Maybe you can do it alone, maybe you can't. But I like having what you call this practicals because it helps with also your fear. Some clients, I've realized some clients have fear of entering, fear of trusting what they're doing. So these things help with that also. You understand? So anyway, have a great night. I see there's no questions. That is an inquiry. Somebody's inquiring what's my account, so I can't go to him and leave you because of you are my client. He wants to become my client. She wants to become my client. You understand? Have a great night, and then to be continued Wednesday. Wednesday, you would have had already your classes. Wednesday, you would have had your classes, your partitioning class, and then moving on to pattern, what you call predictor strategies. 3 classes. I think I'll push it same day. I think I'm going to push it one day, and then you'll be done. You understand? Good night, guys. Good night. How do I stop this? Yeah, I'm going to monetize this now. So